Hello, welcome. Sorry that you are confused. So if you haven't seen in my community post, there is a video that Sharky has made, Sharkyfelandian, um, with some accusations against us, and we're going to be addressing them here. It's a lot to go over, so we do have a Discord with like the history of everything. We're not going to go over all of it because we would be here for days if we did that.
Yeah, it's already lengthy enough as it is.
Yes, so all of the stuff is in the Discord for you to read over. But we'll be getting started here soon. We just wanted to make sure we have everything, give people time to join, and get ready.
This is the first time that we've ever like vocally discussed this too, so this is also new for us.
Yeah, it's very easy for us to just type out our feelings and everything that happens, but now we actually have to speak them out loud about the feelings on everything.
Yeah. I guess expect us to maybe send a little shaky or take a breath break every now and then.
I also don't do good with public speaking as in general.
Yeah. Yeah, also expect stutters,
For
mixing words, normal stuff.
Yeah. Also for the Discord, you do just have to do a reaction to get into all the channels. That's just because I'm posting this link live on YouTube, so I knew there was going to be likely of bots. It's just to fight bots joining.
I'm gonna guess that person that joined the Discord is the one in the chat.
Maybe? Yeah, that's the only server
Or
they're in.
unless somebody saw your status.
They're not in any of my mutual servers, so I'm going to assume it's them. Or anyone just popping into the stream.
So we give it another 5 minutes or so and then we get going.
Yep. Just make sure everyone gets in. If they have any questions, or they need to go ahead and get in and get some of the back story starting to look over. Also, none of this is going away. All of this will be available for everyone to look over. If you just don't want to stay for the stream, you want to come back, listen to it later, whenever you have time, all of that.
Yep, yep. And if you don't want to stay in the Discord after it's done, that's fine too.
Yeah. And the link will set to never expire, so pop in and out when you need to. I did forget to tweet it out though. Now that I'm thinking about it.
My retweet button is ready.
And tweeted.
being shared.
Also, y'all tell me if I talk too fast because I feel like I talk extremely fast when I have to do public speaking.
You do pretty good. Gonna make a YouTube post
Do what?
about your video. Your resolution is a little bit too big on your stream.
Is it? Just trying to
Yeah.
find my post. Let's see. Alright, let's see if I can just pull up his toy house, because that's going to be our first topic, is the name. Toy house, where are you? Okay, I'll just grab his link.
A baked bean.
A baked bean.
You're so tall, you're like a giraffe.
Alright. Let's see if I can fix this sizing. I've never, streamed a web browser. This is all very new.
Are you using OBS?
I am.
If you right click and find, hang on, I gotta open it because I don't remember what it's called. I think transform, and then you can fit to screen. And it'll do that automatically for you.
Or would I right click? Oh,
In the screen.
does that work? Is that better?
It looks like it fits good.
Okay. Sorry, all of this is pretty new to me. But we'll get through it.
Yeah.
Alright.
We've been doing it for the last couple of years. We can do it now.
Yeah, I'll try my best. That's all I can do. So,
Deep breaths.
I guess the first thing I want to talk about is this character. While, yes, the two characters do not have similar, like, designs, it's kind of the principle where they had said that they can just use names whenever they want because names are free. But as you saw when I googled and searched his name, there's only two things that come up. Mine and hers. And his creation date is right there. When you're trying to say that you suddenly found this name from somewhere, I don't believe it. The proof's there when you Google it and look it up. Another key factor is you mispronounce it. It's Tarkino. Tarkino. If you can't pronounce the name, then I don't believe that you found it yourself. Sorry, I'm going off my points here, trying to make sure I cover everything.
You're good. You're good.
I lost track of where I was on. Right. So, there's another point that I want to make with the names. When you look at the Sharky family tree that you posted in Minty's Discord, I can also post that in our Discord to show everybody. I'm not going to show the art that she's made on my stream just because they'll try to DMCA it, and I'm not about to have that. But they've also posted it in the Philandian Discord, so it's also public there. When you look at the names, they're all my character names. Specifically one that was broken apart into two pieces. And it is this girl. You can only find this name under me in Google. You have broken it to where it splits in half right here. You can tell. You know exactly who it belongs to. Another point is you have Autumn in there. You have who you totally butchered their name. This is Avril. That you pronounce it Avril. Avril Lavigne is who she's named after. So if you want to try to say that you're not taking these names from me, but yet you have almost everybody here in your family tree or your character names, it seems pretty suspicious. But also adds to the fact that you do not pronounce them correctly. So if you're looking for character names, generally people know how to pronounce them. You know how to pronounce your own characters' names. And this is one of the telling signs that you basically went through my toy house and you found these character names that you have used. Like Justin, Lucy, Baby, Farah, Avril, Tarkino, Vanity, Autumn. That's so many names all in one family tree or in a group together. It just doesn't line up that you've suddenly found all of these names and are using them.
At the same time, mind you.
Yes, at the same time.
As if, it wasn't telling enough that searching before they made their characters that you were the only one showing up.
Yeah. So now, while we're on the discussion of names, we're going to go ahead and address Keiki and Wolfy, which is going to be a big can of worms. So, yes, I took the name Keiki, and I used it. But it's not for the reasons you're thinking, to get a rile out of you or anything. I took this name to take this name back. You used this name on a character from a species that you made up to bash us, to make fun of us, and to harass us and make fun of our disabilities, or other disabilities at that. We have that information. We have all of it. Where you made up these characters to make fun of us, and you named them Keiki and Wolfy.
And then admitted in somebody else's server that they were, in fact, on purpose mockery of us.
So yes, I took the name Keiki, but I'm taking it back. I'm taking something that you turned into a negative, and I'm turning it into a positive. You can't sit here and say that I took this name to be mean to you when you originally created this to make fun of me. You made this whole species to make fun of us, to try to humiliate us, to bully us, to be ableist. Your whole concept of this species is to just be rude, mean, make fun of disabilities. There's one thing we really want to point out that's really disturbing with this and what they are, and that's how they breed. These characters that are made to represent us apparently don't know how to reproduce. So other species have to force themselves upon them to reproduce. You have non-consent.
Number 18 is the one you're looking for.
Number 18. Sorry. You have non-consent happening on characters that are supposed to represent me and Wolfy. That is disturbing.
Putting us in, like, dire situations is not cool.
No. I'm going to go ahead and drop this link into the stream.
And this is all archived, by the way, so if it gets privated, we already have it.
Yes. So all of this is saved. All of it, if they try to hide, run away, or delete it, whatever, to say no, they didn't. They did. Another thing.
You need access to get back into it, so don't refresh your page. Let me get you the archive link.
Let me pull up the photo to make sure you do know, in fact, that this belongs to them. This says who it was made by, when it was made. Here's their icon here. Here's their YouTube to prove that it's still theirs. While this is one of their many names they go by, this is still Sharky. This is still the same person. They go by many, many names. One way to prove that would to be oh, now I need to find that screenshot. Oh no.
It says your volume is a little bit low.
Oh. Let me see. Hello? Is my volume better now?
You're still a little bit quiet.
That's weird. Um, I'll just have to talk louder as I can.
Yeah, scream it out.
I'll
Get
scream
it
it
out.
out. That's the highest that the audio will go on OBS. I am so sorry. This is all very new. Um,
I'm going to put the archive for the species in the chat.
yes.
Just because it got privated, in case anybody wants to see.
We also saved it as a PDF. And that's also going to be in the Discord for everybody to be able to download.
They're not crazy big in space either, so you don't have to worry about a big chunky download.
Yes. Alright. So now that we got the names kind of talked about, we went over the species. We're going to start addressing the accusations of us joining the servers and purposely joining servers to be in with them on Philandia. So, I don't ever pick or look to join a server. I just hit play and go into whatever server the game takes me to. Now, what they are telling you is this. The day Wolfy and I went into the den was because we wanted to see the fan art. They were talking about fan art. And I was like, do we go in? Do we not go in? We decided to go in because we weren't going to let you dictate where we can and can't go in the game that I joined and discovered that you then later followed a month after and joined. So yes, I went in there. And what you're also not telling me, or telling everybody, is that I said, OMG, all of them are so cute. And you replied back. You replied back, yes, they are. You had no problem with me being there. I wasn't there for you. I was there for Lith. I was there to see the fan art. It's not about you. And you replied back. So I don't know where you're getting, like, I was blocked or anything. I'm not trying to follow you around. Like you said, I'm in Minty's server, which means I was there for the other content creators because that's my interest. My interest is making content and being a content creator. So I'm going to network with other content creators to potentially do collabs or other things like that. It's not about you. So, while we're on the topic of stalking people in games, you, on the other hand, have been known to stalk people in games. Specifically me and Wolfy.
And not just in Roblox either.
No. Wolfy, if you would like to go over this point, I need water.
Yep, go ahead. I have to figure out where I put it though.
It's in the PS files. I have the first
Oh,
screenshot
right.
pulled up.
We don't know what date this was that we played, do we?
We do because I recorded. That's a video.
So you did.
I will find that while you go over it.
Okay. Well, me and Loz were playing Feral Heart Unleashed a while ago, and we were just, hanging around with people. This was in the Patreon, right? Or no?
No, this is when it released.
Okay, well,
So this is
in
like
the public
day one.
version, we were... Yeah, about that time. But yeah, no, we were chilling around with people, just doing our own thing. And obviously we didn't know that Sharky was in the same server as us because supposedly they were under a different username and we didn't see. And a while after that, oh, I have to go over all the other drama. there were two people involved with Sharky that we had drama with, but it got resolved. And after it got resolved, we joined a server. Well, I joined a server with them. And one person, who I will not name, decided to tell me that Sharky had actually taken pictures of us and shared it to her in her DMs without our consent and without us knowing until we got the screenshots.
So there's screenshot 1. Here's screenshot number 2.
And they made the smart idea of leaving our usernames on.
Mm-hmm.
Also worth mentioning that the two other people we had drama with, after Sharky found out that we had created an agreement to not create further drama with each other, they basically couldn't handle the concept that we were on good speaking terms and completely dipped out of their friendship.
I am sending the video of the day that we did that dance line. So that is there for a timestamp for anybody.
It was on May 29th, so not even a month after the first release.
Mm-mm.
Keep in mind, Sharky is also supposed to be permabanned from Unleashed, but still uses VPNs to get past it.
As said here. And then this
isn't just the first admitting it either. It's everywhere.
Yes. So another thing that they talked about was my 350 subs live stream. That was planned out. That stream had been planned out for a while. That was to give something back to my community, give something fun to do. And it wasn't originally supposed to be a 3,000 chest stream. It was just going to be 1,000. It was going to be just me putting all the chests out. But Wolfy and some of my friends also wanted to join, and other people from the community wanted to join, who I told them I was doing this. This stream was planned out to happen after I reached that goal. That goal was met. We picked the next day that we were all available, which I believe was Friday.
Yep.
Our friend Kat was in a server. She said it's pretty full. We're like, great. That's what we want. We want a full server. We want to have as many people as we can because that's what's going to make it more fun. We joined her. We did not pick your server because it was you in it. I don't care that you were in it. I stayed in that server because Minty and them were in there, and Minty could join. I have no problem with them. I think they're fun. So I stayed and ignored the fact that you were there because I knew that they would want to join in. And they did. It was a fun, great time. It wasn't trying to do one because you were doing one or trying to do one better than you. It literally was about the people supporting me, the community. It was to give back to them and not to one-up you. I'm not trying to one up you. Nothing's about you. None of my videos are directed to you. They're templates. I just pick edits and trending songs that are happening so I can get the views on YouTube and push through shorts. I'm pushing to get my content out there, and I'm picking what's the word I'm looking for? What is going viral. What is going viral right now, so that way my content can also get more views. I'm just looking to grow my channel, grow my editing skills, and just do what I'm actually interested in. If you're thinking that it's about you, or you're thinking that I'm trying to get a jab or a dig at you, then maybe reevaluate your behavior towards us. If you think that these things are about you, then somewhere inside you believe you are doing these things. I think this would lead to you talking about your statuses.
Oh, my statuses. Right. I guess the most important one is the one with the tone type, which they went over in their video thinking that slash gen was a notion to their username on DeviantArt, which is General Sean. But this is, in fact, a tone tag, which, if you don't know, a lot of neurodivergent people, like ADHD, autism, etc., they use this because not everybody understands the tone of a message. So if you put, like, if I were to say to you, you're stupid, and I say slash J, that means it's a joke. I'm not actually calling you stupid. But if I were to put a slash SRS, that would mean I'm being serious about calling you stupid. And slash gen just means genuine. Or, no, yeah, genuine. That particular status was about me and my parents going to a party, which was private, family only sort of deal. My aunt decides to show up, and nobody knows that we have problems. She stole money from me, all that stuff we don't need to go over. And I found out after my mom told me that she was complaining about me being there. So my status, what was it? I love when me existing makes people upset or something like that, was about her and not about all of this.
I was trying to bring up tone tags, but all of the pictures are super small and you can't see them.
Oh no.
Um, yes. Let's see. All right. So there was some other screenshots of us in game that you were pointing out. Let's see. So like I said, I don't pick servers. I just jump on Roblox and I hit play and I land wherever I land. And I'm gonna be honest, I'll be damned if I let you ruin this game that I found and you joined after me. It is very known, Wolfy and I, when an NPC spawns, we will dance near them. And this is because it makes little dots on the map for other users to see when they're trying to find NPCs. So the newbies can then check their map, see where all the dots are, and find the NPCs. What you don't know is I have two computer screens. One will have the game up, and the other Discord or whatever I'm doing. I tend to jump over and read messages or talk while also having the game up. So me being in one spot for a period of time isn't uncommon. A lot of time I'm just grinding boots, spawns, trying to get that Dino tail. So I hit E, spam click what I get, and tab over. So where I land is where I land. If it was a time where my friends are playing as well, I'll tell them in Discord where Boots is at or Boots is spawn, because Wolfy AFKs a lot. So I don't want her to miss him. I'm not looking at the mob of people that are also in one spot So you can chill out that my character was on top of yours. It probably wasn't intentional. I probably didn't even notice you. And who knows, since it's just a screenshot, I don't even know if maybe you landed on me. It's just, I don't know, everything's cropped. There's no video evidence. It's all just screenshots that you're using to spin your narrative. Oh,
Also, a part of the screenshots. Oh, you can go ahead.
another thing. No staff has talked to us. You're trying to say that you think the Flandian staff has came and talked to us? No. We sent them messages about you, and guess what? They didn't reply back to us either. So I think this whole narrative you're trying to spin is completely false.
Which also leads back into my status too, because I think that was what led them to believe that the staff contacted us.
Yes. No one's contacted us.
Nope.
I guess this is going to be when we lead into the alternate accounts to help prove that yes, you have alt accounts.
That you have used to talk to yourself and pretend they are your friends.
Yes. So, this is a screenshot of your DeviantArt when it got suspended. This is just to show it up close because it's kind of hard to see. But there's another one. The dates will be down here, but that's your supposed significant other. That's their other account. That is your supposed... No, that wasn't even like a friend. That was someone who just came to like defend you out of nowhere. Another blank account that came to defend you out of nowhere. Another supposed friend. All these counts, by the way, are back active, and you can go look at them and see all the posts that they've made back and forth to each other.
I do have a list as well that I can grab you. There's also YouTube accounts that have been back and forth harassing the both of us. If you want to go block them, just so they don't come after you.
Here it is, full. The date. I'm pulling all of these up. This name, very important, remember this one? Because this is the one that's most aggressive towards us when coming up. They go by Ginger. They have a lot of screenshots in our PSA where their comments are pretty vile. Pretty disgusting, and they include grape without the R. Unaliving people. Harassment towards Wolfy when she was a minor. So it's very important to
need to
remember this one.
unalive myself when I was a minor.
Mm-hmm. So it's very interesting that all of these accounts, which this one was your cat. This is an account you made for your cat Gizmo. There was nothing on it but
and
cat
the fact
pictures.
that it got suspended.
And it also got suspended.
And I'm going to send you the note that I sent to DeviantArt, which basically tells me that suspensions go to alternate accounts depending on how severe. And the email that I sent, which does not include touyja's main account or the cat account.
I'll leave that up for a second so y'all can read that. Let's see, can I zoom in?
If you press Control and the plus button on your keyboard, you should be able to zoom in a bit. If it doesn't completely kill the quality.
Hopefully y'all can see that.
But yeah, these are all journals that basically called us out for stealing characters, harassment, whichever.
And then, while we're on the topic of stealing characters, they like to say that they did not steal characters. However,
Which is not the case.
this piece of evidence right here is pretty crucial to them copying our characters. Here's the page. It's still live. I will drop the link. But if you don't know, Chicken Smoothie puts this big lock on stuff. This character was made to look like mine, Baby, which I will pull back up. So you can't see most of it now because it's got a big old lock on it, but it was made to look like her, use the same colors as her, and this right here. When I reported it, they said yes, they're too similar, they're trying to look like your character, and they put a block on it for art theft. I'm gonna grab that link, drop it in the YouTubes. This is still up, still live, and proves yes, they do in fact copy and steal characters. They can try to play that they have a hacker that hacked into their Discord that didn't come up till years later that someone hacked them and they didn't try to disprove it. Their own significant other was saying yes, we'll tell them to stop stealing characters and talk to them. That didn't happen. You did not get hacked. You didn't say it till later that you were hacked. And this right here, this is exactly what we're talking about. You copy and steal characters, and this is proof. This is not an edited screenshot. This is the web page itself. Everybody can find it. You did in fact do this, and you tried to say you did not. And this happens with multiple characters on multiple different alternate accounts that they try to hide behind.
Almost as if that wasn't enough. They outright admitted to taking the characters. And, it wouldn't take almost 3 years to come up with that sort of excuse. Like, if you were hacked, you would know right away, and you would tell people that. But the fact that it took so long makes it just not believable.
No. And then, do you have the other piece of evidence of the police report that I can pull up to prove that we cannot forge anything? Nothing is forged. For if it was, we would be charged.
Yes, we would be in big trouble. I'm looking for it. Hold on.
So, while Wolfy's pulling that up for me, she actually did go to the police about this, sent a report in, showed everything. And if everything that we had documented was forged, we would be in trouble for forging evidence, impersonation, slander, etc. They confirmed its legitimacy, but unfortunately nothing happened with the case as small towns. Nobody wants to take this and go across the pond with it. It's just too much work.
It's not worth it.
No.
Not worth throwing ourselves under the bus for just for the fun of it.
No.
Okay, I'm sending you
But
the
if Sharky, if you really want to go to
phone
court about it,
calls.
be my guest. Get it started, get it rolling. Let's
They're
go to
gonna turn
court.
you down.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
we'd love to. Get it done and over with.
We're trying, but no one listened to us. Or no one really wanted to take the case. It's too much work.
Yeah, unless it's trafficking like kids or not safe for work stuff. There's not a whole lot they can do. I sent you my letter. I got it on my birthday, actually.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh yeah, best gift.
Alright.
The letter says that it's from Victim Services, which our constable, when I was on the phone with them, offered to hook them up with me so that they could keep me updated on the case, and if I needed somebody to talk to about my mental state, then I could. And also, if I were to forge a letter like this, I could be fined or just in a lot of trouble in general.
Yep. So, claims that things are forged isn't true. We have it all here. We have this to back it up with. If we've forged anything, we would be in hot water. But, while we're speaking about forge and fake screenshots, there has been fake screenshots made, but it was not us who made them. It was you. You made fake screenshots. This is not Wolfy.
Pretending to be us.
So, what they do is they take your name, take your icon, go into a Discord server, and post like you in the Discord server, and then crop the messages, pretending that you sent this message. This is a common reoccurrence. You can find it in our PSA. Oh, excuse me. I about sneezed.
Oh my goodness.
You can find this consistently. This one's real funny. I laugh about this one. One, I don't write this way. I use grammar. Two, these are DeviantArt comments, so if you go to my DeviantArt, you could easily tell if this is fake or not. Because you can see all my comments, it's not hidden. You can go scroll through my comments and find them. But also the order here. 1 minute ago, 6 days, just now, 2 days. But this is the best part. Look how these are nice and the same, and then that one gets crunchy. I mean, just bad. They had copied it and edited it so much that it got corrupted.
What's even better, after I pointed this out in my document previously, they used the same screenshot but cut out the bottom version with the pixels.
Yep, they cut that one out because we pointed out, hey, something's not right here.
Yeah, this doesn't look like it should.
And I'm going to pull up that file now. We're going to point out the two differences. They're going in PSA files. Let's see. Might take me a minute to find it.
I I do have a screenshot of them not using the bottom icon in a different document.
Ooh, that one's big. But this is where I open it up, where if you zoomed in, this is what the edited one looked like. But if you actually zoomed in on DeviantArt, this is what it ends up looking like. So you can see how it kind of changed. This just gets blurry and not as pixelated like that. Yes. So here's where they were using it, but they took the bottom piece out because they realized that they messed up. Also, at any point anyone has questions or needs clarification, please ask. We'll answer everything.
Feel free to drop us. I believe that document is also still public. The one they put that in, unless they deleted it at some point.
I'd have to go and look.
If not, I'm pretty sure I have it archived. So yeah, the main document is not up, but I will put the archive in the chat in just a sec. I'll make sure it works first instead of giving you guys a broken link. There you go.
Thank you, thank you.
Did I grab the right one? If not, it's still one of them.
There is one link that I'm going to post. I'm not going to pull it up because it's absolutely graphic. But here is where they have made a grape joke. This is a common recurrence. Yes, it's old. Yes, it's years ago. But they never did address it. Never did go over that they did this, apologize for it, but they have made grape jokes, and as we talked about with the species, and non-consent is a theme that keeps reoccurring. And I guess at this time, if anyone has questions, please ask them.
Not to mention.
Oh, you go ahead.
I think my computer lagged.
Oh.
My ping is looking crunchy.
Oh no. Yes, please ask questions. We don't want to leave any gaps, any holes. We want to make sure everything's out there. It's all
Everything
known.
makes sense.
We want to make sure you get both sides clearly so you can make your own judgment. That is the whole purpose of this.
At the end of the day, if you still don't choose to believe us, that's okay. We're not here to force you.
And again, the Discord will stay up, so you feel free to look it over, read everything over on your own leisure. The stream's gonna stay up, so you can come back, listen to it when you want. We might have rambled a little bit, but hopefully we got everything out.
I think so. I'm gonna actually really quickly grab you that comment. If you want to bring that up.
And these are comments that you'll see in our PSA that are reoccurring. They happen quite frequently. And when you go back and look through where I was going through all of the banned accounts, you can tell that they're many of alt accounts. They always use them as
Is all the same.
yeah, they always use the excuse that it's my friend. It's not me. It's my friend. But looking at the evidence, your friends wouldn't get suspended at the same time as you did.
Mm-mm.
Your friends don't have the same art style. You can teach people how to draw, you can teach people techniques, but at the end of the day, it's the exact same, and that's not possible.
Yeah, no two people are ever going to have the same art style. There's always going to be, in some way, that someone deviates from the original that makes it uniquely them. Another thing I wanted to bring up was how someone is no more than the company they keep. So on the off chance that, we're wrong, these accounts are actually their friends, why would you want people in your life that willingly go after other people to bring them down, try to get them to hurt themselves or whatever? Like that's not cool.
No.
If you knew that I was making alt accounts to go after your friends, your coworkers, family, anything like that, we wouldn't be on speaking terms, would we?
No.
And it'd be the same way, the other way around. But whether or not it's you or your friend, you're still in support of associating yourself with these people that go after who you don't like. And that doesn't make it any more okay than whether or not you are or not doing it.
Now we do have some audios from Adrian. He could not make it here to the stream today, busy life, everything like that. But he did give us some audios to play for his point of view. He's been a great source of an outside source to look in on everything, point out when we're being upset, as anyone naturally would when we're getting comments like these or harassment like these. We're going to be upset. We're going to react in our emotions. We're only human. Have I lashed out angry? Yes. Yes, I have. Was I hurt? Yes, I was. Do I regret some of the things that I've said in the beginning because I thought you were just a troll and I was just gonna brush you away, push you away like all the other art troll, stealing trolls? Yes. I realize now that you're not just some simple troll that you're just like, whatever, you'll go away eventually. No. So he has his own thoughts on some stuff, and he would like for us to play them. So I'm gonna do that now. Hopefully, someone let me know if you hear it on stream. Okay?
This really brushes up on the ableism in the species because he knows more about it than we do.
Yes, he
And we can't
has.
really speak with education to inform everybody else.
Yes, and he puts his own disclaimers in the audio. So I'm gonna play those now. Please be please. Let me know if you hear them.
So, I made these recordings just in case I am not up in time, or am too busy to do the stream with Wolves and Wolfy. So, hi, I'm Adrian Exists. I have a numerous amount of medical issues. I have also lived with my mother, who has been a SPED teacher and a SPED coordinator on and off across many different states. So I'm not going to say that I'm going to put a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I can't like officially diagnose or undiagnose anyone with any sort of disability. I can be like, it may be this, it may not be this. Do not take what I'm saying as gospel, basically, because that just isn't true. I'm just some disabled person who has no clue what they're doing half the time. However, on that note, everything that I've seen with the individual that we're talking about, Touyja, Sharkyfelandian, General Sean, whatever that they wish to call themselves, I'm not going to say whether or not they do have whatever mental or physical disability. Again, that's not my place to speak on. I don't know what research they've done. I also don't know their own diagnoses. However, I will say that, one, you can still be disabled and be horrifically ableist. You can be, mentally and physically disabled and still be ableist to other people who are mentally and physically disabled. Which is what I honestly think that Touyja, Sean, / Sharky, again, whatever they want to call themselves, are. I'm not going to argue whether or not they are disabled. What I will argue on the fact is that they have made a number of ableist and generally bigoted views that I personally cannot stand. My bigger part of even coming to this conclusion is what they use is a semi-closed species that they used to have. I don't know if they still technically have it. Does not matter. That they called like simpy fish or something to that effect. Which I'm pretty sure that Lols and Wolfy have gone over. But the entire point of that species is making fun of disabilities. And I'm all for having characters having disabilities of some variation. I have plenty of characters that have disabilities and of themselves, most of them the ones that I have, various joint problems, nerve problems, autism, anxiety, depression, et cetera, and those that I don't have, but do have characters with, such as various types of psychoses or personality disorders. I did a lot of research and talk to people about it because I don't have those lived experiences. but it's still important to do that research with people who have those experiences so you aren't doing them incorrectly. And everything that I saw with that species was done with the express intent of being ableist, of being awful, of being cruel. And I personally do not understand how anyone can be okay with that. So this is just my short thoughts on the disability part. We'll jump to the other part here in a sec. Before I finish this part, again, I'm kind of tired, so I apologize. But before I finish this part, something that I noticed that Sharky would do is anytime someone would criticize them, their response would be, "Oh, I have this new illness." I'm not saying that people can't get a lot of illnesses. You look at my chart and you're like, "Damn, dude, how are you still standing?" Honest to God answer, I don't fucking know. But it never felt like an explanation from what I've seen from the screen caps. It always felt like an excuse to get away with being a terrible person. And that's my bigger problem. I don't necessarily care, in the best of ways, that Sharky is disabled. That's not the problem I have. The problem I have is that they use their disabilities as a shield, as a way to deflect from their own ableism. So, on to part 2. I should also specify that I am very queer. The main part that I'm going to be speaking on is the fact that I am a transgender individual. I am FTM, female to male. I've been on testosterone for, at this point, just a little over 30 days. I will, at some point, be looking at top surgery. So legitimately, I've gotten to the point of medically transitioning. I should add in some caveats here. 1, I am, on top of, being FTM, I am non-binary. And so, yes, non-binary, xenogenders, neopronouns, all of that are legitimate things. The other thing is that I am never a person to be, you don't have enough blah to be trans. I think that's bullshit. Trans is all about the euphoria of living as the gender that is in your head. I don't believe that, there is one way to be trans. I don't believe that you need to have quote unquote enough dysphoria to be trans or any of that kind of shit. However, I will make a note here that I do find it very suspicious that Sharky does make fun of trans people. I've noticed this, and not in the way of, kind of mocking the stereotypes of, the uwu, femme-bean, non-binaries, or, the stereotypes we all know way too well, but in the sense of legitimately cruelly mocking them. I've also seen them do this with other general queer identities, especially having gone after Wolfy, and basically fake, for lack of a better term, claiming, whatever you want to call it, that Wolfy is not queer, even though last I checked, being a lesbian is, but what do I know? I'm just the man who has 6 different labels. But I don't think that any of the conversations Sharky enters into about queer identities are done in good faith. Because I have not seen them actually do that before, and I've read through all of the documentation, all of the 500 or so pages that Wolfy has written down. Like, if anyone outside of Lols and Wolfy themselves is in depth on any of this matter, it is probably me. I am severely disappointed with Sharky as a member of the LGBTQIA plus community, because this is not what we should be doing at all. I find what they are doing despicable, point blank. I'm gonna make a quick little part 3 as well, because I figure this will be a nice way to like block out the different areas of my pieces, so
Okay, before I pull up the next part, I'm going to pull up some files here that goes over some things he just touched on. One about disabilities and just starting up disabilities. This right here. This was never mentioned, never said. Nothing about this was ever talked about until they knew about mine. This is exactly what my disability is. And I go over it here. Yes, I'm gonna let you know. I was very angry in 2017 when some people were getting a little rude about base users and not understanding what they might need to do or use bases for. So this is where I first publicly talked about my disability. I call it my wonky hands. So what happens is basically when your mailman's delivering the messages down to your arm, part of them fall between the seats, or they lose part of the messages. So not all of them are delivered. So that's why I use bases, because it makes a little bit easier for me. I can't do line work very well. It's a little shaky. I have a friend who has seen it personally, IRL, it happened. I wrote in front of her, showed things in front of her. Wolfy see me draw live. So that to me is extremely frustrating and disrespectful that they just suddenly have the same disability as me. Not saying that they can't, it's just that it suddenly happened after years. Like, this was posted in 2022. The whole thing started with them in 2019. So it's very unlikely that they have this, and it just started after they met me. This is again one of those messages that we had gotten permission to share. Wolfy, I don't know if you're still muted or not, by the way.
Nope, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm listening.
This is them clearly saying that this is Wolfy. Again, this can be found on their YouTube. The videos, TikToks of the Simpy fish are on there. You can find that. There's a whole playlist just about them on their TikTok as well. So you can tell that this definitely says who they're made off of and who they're named off of. Oh my, very zoomed in. This is some key points that we wanted to point out for the species. I'll let you go, sorry.
This, cutting back to the Wolfy name, that's been my nickname. Like, Keiki might not have been yours, but Wolfy has been mine for a bit, and it's even my secondary toy house username. It's DIREW 2 O's FY. And it's just a little more telling Like, you can change the spelling, but you admitted that it was a parody and it was clear, and you can't really escape from that.
Again, just highlighting some key points from the document that I've already linked in the chat for y'all to go through and read at your leisure. Clearly not happy with their own existence, just like my actual haters. I'm quite happy with my existence, actually.
We're just vibing, but apparently that means we're depressed and upset all the time just because.
Again, here's the
I'm
highlighted
happy with-
of being forced upon. Again, as stated here, this species, as it Wolfy the Simpy, all points that these are to represent us. And this is what they're writing in their stories are meant to be about us. And it's quite disturbing. This is from that document you posted in the archive, correct?
Mhm.
Yep. So
We should give a trigger warning here first before we go ahead. There will be mentions of slurs. If that makes you uncomfortable, you may want to not look at the video and just listen instead if we talk about it.
we're not gonna actually say the slurs. They'll just be up. We'll let you know when we're done. So this is a screenshot of Wolfy's tweet, and then this is in a document that one of their quote-unquote friends made or supporters made in defense of them. But these are some of the comments that they have made on it. I believe this video is still up, or this channel is still up.
Yes, it is. You can view all of those. Do you want me to put a link in the
Yes, go ahead, put
chat?
a link. Again, trigger warning, don't go to that if you're sensitive to slurs.
And in the case that they do hide the channel, I have a recording of every single video on an unlisted channel, and they are still on my hard drive.
And we can post those in the
So
Discord
no
if
worries.
needed.
Yep. Here we go.
Thank you, thank you. I'm just giving y'all time to read. I'm not actually going to say any of this out loud because I am hetero. I will never say this. Oh yes, this is where they're making fun of my wonky hands.
Yep, right at the bottom.
Let me zoom out on this one. This has a timestamp on it as well. Important note that Rink is their significant other's quote unquote character name. So I guess this account's supposed to be them. Or this is them talking.
Which, from what we've already seen, I'm sure there was a rank account that also got suspended, proving it was an alt.
Yes, 2 of them. He had the person that goes by Rank, quote unquote, has 2 accounts. It was like Jars of Whoopies and Joffpin or something like that.
Never knew how to pronounce that one.
Oh, I don't know. I'm terrible at pronouncing the usernames, I'll be very honest.
In that one too, there's also like them talking about or not us, about them wanting to figure out where we were or where we would be laid to rest, and then how they want to desecrate our graves. It's kind of messed up, you know.
Mhm. Mhm. Alright. I have moved away from the slurs, so just give it a time for that lag or whatever to get away, and you'll be good to look at the screen again. And now I'm gonna play Adrian's last audio for y'all to listen to.
So to basically wrap up, I cannot say and will not say as to whether or not Sharky is or is not disabled. I will, however, say that it is very suspicious that they are constantly having new diagnoses and have also, seemingly with some of their diagnoses, not had symptoms of that specific disability. I also find it disappointing and incredibly disgusting that they use their various disabilities as an excuse and a way to deflect any criticism. And I do legitimately and unironically believe that they are incredibly ableist. As for my second part, again, I cannot say as to whether or not someone is quote unquote trans enough. That's not something I stand for. I will, however, say that they are incredibly queerphobic. I have seen them go after trans and lesbian individuals, and I'm pretty sure somewhere in the logs I saw them go after people who were on the A spectrum and bi and or pan. The fact that their response to anything is to go after people is absolutely insane. I will also bring up as kind of a last point that I am fully aware of the other allegations that they have against them. At this point, I would believe them true. I have seen the amount of character theft that they have done, and I am fully aware that at least my main Sona of Silver Gaze will probably be copied by them and probably be put through a horrible flanderization. I am fully aware that I will probably end up being stalked by Sharky and their sycophants isn't the right word, and lackeys isn't either, but those that idolize them. I am fully aware that they will probably basically fake claim me about all the stuff that I have. I am also very aware that I will possibly be stalked for at least 5 or more years. Because I said, hey, what they're doing is kind of shitty. I am fully cognizant of that, and I accept the risks that come with this. To that extent, Sharky, this is just for you. Because I know you're going to be watching. And I know you're probably going to be watching my streams for the next who knows how long. I don't care. I really don't. Truthfully and honestly, I don't. I'm not doing this because I want attention from you. I'm doing this because I'm actually a good friend and I support my friends instead of throwing them under the bus. I actually know how to be a good person. And I know that while you weren't taught that, maybe you can learn it. Now, do us all a favor. Go to fucking therapy. I know you have it in the UK. NHS may be a bitch to work through and it may take a couple of years. But if it does, stay off the internet. Heard it's actually kind of easy to do. Or at the very least, don't go after people again. I know you have a very nasty habit of threatening, of doxing, of stealing, of slander, of libel, of everything under the goddamn sun and in the book, and I don't care. I honestly hope for you the best. I hope that you eventually get to the point that you can heal and see where you've done wrong. But I also recognize you probably won't. And that is the saddest part of this all for me. Not that you have, but that you will continue. Anyways, thanks for having me on. Thanks for letting me do these audio logs. And take care, everyone.
Alright, so that's just thoughts from Adrian. He's kind of given us some outside in look on this, and he, as he explained, he's not a doctor, but he does have a lot of disabilities and a lot of knowledge on them. So getting his input specifically on that was very important to us. Is there anything else anyone would like to know, for us to address, for us to say? Any questions you still have? Any information that we haven't gone over you would like us to go over or give more details on? Now would be a good time to ask or anything like that. And Wolfy, if you have any closing thoughts, feel free to go ahead and get them out.
I apologize. Discord just decided to update itself in the middle of... So anything you just said, I didn't hear it. Did I miss anything important?
No, I just finished his audio and then said if anyone has any questions, now's a good time to ask, and just kind of doing our final wrap-ups and our thoughts and everything like that.
Oh, there is one thing that we forgot to mention. How pretty much Sharky takes a few things that we do very personally.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
in the topics or somewhere where I put it, I posted a tweet on Twitter about a collection of knives that I have. And this is something that my grandfather used to do, and he's given me a lot over the years. So after he passed, I kept that going for him. And it was a harmless tweet, you know, nothing threatening or intimidating about it. I posted. However, in Sharky's blacklist, which if you want to share a link to that in the chat, they have accused me of threatening them violently with knives. As you can see from my tweet, that is not what I did. And it had nothing to do with them.
The link to the blacklist is in there. Which, again, I don't know why they were upset that I had a blacklist when they have a blacklist themselves, but I digress, I guess.
Blacklist is in chat, and of course there is an archive if it goes down. If anything goes down, I probably have a copy of it somewhere.
That's a good possibility. Um,
Did you show the screenshot where Sharky admitted that they stole the characters and then
I did
their
not.
partner?
Do you?
Oh no. Yeah, hold on. I got
I
you.
don't think I have that screenshot.
I have everything on Spook Dial. Don't you worry.
And then do you have the edited one for the partner one? Because I know the person who,
Oh yeah, yeah.
there's so much information, I thought I had it all.
Yeah, it's really easy to miss when we have, what, 5 years of stuff piling on.
Yes. And again, all of these images and more are in this Discord server. So you can read the whole 5 years. We were just touching over some stuff lightly, just because this stream would probably be like 4 hours long if we did from the start to beginning, and nobody wants to listen to a 4 hour long stream about drama.
And we surely couldn't go on that long
No.
without needing a breather. Okay, there's the admitting to it. And also, we received this screenshot from one of the accounts that got suspended at the same time as Sharky.
Hex Heartbeat.
Which, it's, yeah, Hex Heartbeat. They also got suspended. But it's unusual to consider that this being their alternate account, I'm not even sure how to word this properly.
So, what we learned from one of their oldest victim, Rose, their PSA is in the Discord. It's very long, but they were abused by them for roughly 10 years. They would have where they would make these accounts to be the heroes, and then suddenly the heroes would turn to make you feel like crap and boost up them. And again, it's all alt accounts. Like the Javbin account, the one that got banned with them that they're currently dating, was claimed to be a brother or adopted brother and was used to date Rose and put this 13-year-old girl through trauma thinking that this person had died. I thought they were dating an actual person when really it was Touyja themselves.
And in fact, this quote unquote boyfriend had died in several situations multiple times. We could make a whole different video on that, but we don't really need to.
Like, if this person truly died the way that they said they died and came back to life and lived through everything, they would be on Ellen or some kind of talk show. Like, everybody would know about it.
They'd be living on Mars right now.
Yes.
But so yeah, the Hex Heartbeat suspended with Sharky. It's weird that Sharky had used that alt account to take a screenshot of their own conversation, supposedly with themselves, and then post it onto DeviantArt, acting as if they were in support of us, but then later, when we sussed it out, they ended up going to Sharky. And when it comes full circle as their alt, it just seems unusual, to put it lightly.
Again, if they're blurry on your screen, they're in the Discord. You can load them up. Again, this statement didn't happen till years later. This was never mentioned once. I think there was videos. I wish back then we learned to save all their videos. But yes, this is their significant other that they're with now. And this is where he can confirm that they're stolen, because he's going to inform them. And again, going back to this, which is more recent, can also back up those claims as well.
Of how they purchase their characters, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, if you buy characters, that's great. But that doesn't provide any evidence that you didn't do it in the past.
No.
That's all still there. Other than that, I think we pretty much covered everything we need to.
Alright. I'll see who wants to ask questions that are in here. Anything that they want us to address more, go into detail on. I'll give the stream a minute to catch up. But also, for those that did come out, thank you just for listening to us, hearing our silly stories. It's a lot. There's a lot of trauma that goes with it, so just thank you for listening to us, honestly.
Yeah, it means a lot that people listen, even if, at the end of the day, they don't decide it's not something they want to be a part of. The fact that you stayed to listen is well enough.
Mm-hmm. And none of this is so people go to them and be like, oh my god, you're a bad person. Don't do that. There's no need for that. This is basically
right
to disprove all of the things they have said about us. This is just to take our names out of the mud, to disprove the narrative they're trying to spin. Everything that they try to put in the video is just their own paranoia. Nobody's there for them. They joined the game after I did. I joined in January. They then come in February after my post, as they did, as we showed with the Feral Heart screenshots. They follow me onto games. It's a repeating pattern. And I just want to clear that part up. We're just making our content, enjoying the songs that we like, making the statuses that we like. Yes, I made a status against somebody who I thought was a friend. Turned out to not be a friend and friends with them. And it angered me because there's no way they didn't see all these comments. All these things. Didn't know about all this stuff happening, because I'm pretty sure I posted it in several Feral Heart chats that they were staff in before I even joined in the staff team. So I know they've seen it. So it just frustrated me to see someone who was a friend to then blatantly ignore the pain we were going through. So yes, I was upset. I said some mean things because I was upset.
And that's all that you can do. It's normal.
And then we do use humor
And of course,
to cope.
Oh,
Sorry.
Right, yes. Humor is a big coping mechanism. And if it is an issue, then that's a you problem. Respectfully.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well, thank you everybody that came. Again, this is just to clear up our side, give you our information. I probably won't do another one of these. We'll just add information as it comes. I'm sure there's going to be a wave of backlash coming at us, but that's just going to be more telling to y'all who viewed this to see what's going to happen. The Discord will stay up. This stream will stay up, so you can always come back to it if you need to. I know it's very long, and I apologize. I wasn't like planning it to be like 1 hour, but it went over. Alright. If you have questions, feel free to DM us, our Discords. Yeah. You have any more closing things you would like to say?
Other than a disclaimer, just don't go after anybody that we mentioned in this video. You know, that's not what we don't commend that, and we can't be responsible for the actions of other people. So just leave them alone, block, mind your business.
Just be careful. There's terrible people out there looking to hurt you. Maybe this story will inspire somebody to come out from their own abuse that they're going through. Who knows? Just stay safe, everybody. Stay nice.
Be cool, be careful.
Yeah. Alright, we'll do gaming content later. I make happy fun times and no more doom and gloom.
No more, no more shaky hands.
No more
We gotta
my wonky hands.
we
Extra
gotta
wonky.
get a dance party on the go or something.
Oh my god. Alright. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.